Hey guys, what's up? My name is Justin Marc, international dating coach and relationship expert. And guys, in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to cold approach a girl, how to do a cold approach, how to do cold approach pickup, picking up girls via cold approach. So let's say you're at the bar, you're at the club, maybe you're walking down the street in the daytime and you see a beautiful woman you want to talk to. She's gorgeous, and you know you're a man of value. You know you're this well put together guy who could offer this person a ton of value, bring them into your lifestyle, and have a great time. Well, how do you do that? How do you go find out if they're single? How do you figure out if she's potentially interested? How do you make this happen? In this video, we're gonna talk about that. Guys, my name is Justin Marc. If you don't know who I am, if you're new to the channel, I'm an international dating coach and relationship expert. I travel to 20 countries a year teaching guys like you how to get killer results in their dating life, in their social life, in their relationships, and just live a better life in general. Meet more girls, make more money, live a better quality life. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to join our community, subscribe to our channel, click the bell notification so you're notified of new videos. And before we jump in, it's scientifically proven if you smash the like button, your penis grows by 3 inches. So go ahead, click the like button right now, and let's jump straight into the video. So you spotted a girl out in public, right? And maybe you're shy, maybe you're socially awkward, and you don't really know how to go say hi to this beautiful, elegant, majestic woman that you're perceiving to be so amazing in your head. So how do you do it? How do you make this happen? How do you kind of build the balls up, the courage to go make this happen, go introduce yourself, and create some sort of win-win dynamic? Figure out if they're potentially interested, make things happen, and get the results you're looking for. Well, let's figure that out right now. Cold approaching anybody can be a pretty intensive and tough process. It's nerve-wracking. I've been doing it pretty much every single day for over 8 years in 50 different countries. And even now, even today, I still get a little bit nervous, before I'm gonna go do a cold approach. But in this video, we're gonna talk about a few steps you can take to get out of your own way, get rid of this approach anxiety, get rid of this nervousness, this social anxiety, and just make it happen in a very consensual and respectful way that makes the person you're talking to feel comfortable, but also makes things, fall in your favor. So first things first, you want to get yourself in the right mindset. You want to kind of prepare yourself mentally, and you want to understand women. You want to understand where they're coming from. You want to understand that, okay, this is kind of a weird thing that you're gonna be doing. You're gonna be talking to a random person on the street, in a mall, in a bar, in some sort of social environment. You're talking to a random person. You're gonna introduce yourself to a random person. That's okay. Last night I was at a little party, meeting random people. But as long as you can kind of, call out the elephant in the room and kind of like acknowledge, hey, like, you're a random stranger, but I haven't met you yet. What's up? Hey, nice to meet you. Well, everything is gonna go smoothly if you can follow the advice in this video. You gotta realize that it's a very attractive quality to be social. So you want to get yourself in the mindset of being social, talking to everybody. Instead of just like being the guy, the pickup guy who's running around trying to hit on girls, pick up girls. You want to be the guy who's kind of social, charismatic, having fun, shooting the shit, being social with everyone, men and women. And then when you see a woman you're attracted to, you kind of walk up to her, talk to her, shoot the shit, see if she's interested in you, right? And you know she's interested in you by giving you indicators of interest. So eye contact, facial expressions, certain kind of sub-communicated behaviors that kind of tell you that she's into you. Maybe oftentimes the woman will even tell you, oh, like, I find you attractive, I think you're cute, or whatever, right? So you want to kind of look for those indicators of interest. But you also want to make sure that you're not like aggressively hitting on anyone in a way that makes anyone uncomfortable. So the second thing you want to do is you want to really improve your social skills in general, okay? Because again, it's attractive when a woman sees a man who is social. But further than that, women have the incredible ability to be incredibly intuitive, okay? A lot of the women in my life, ex-girlfriends of mine, even my, close family members, they have such high degrees of social skills. And the reason for that is because in order for a woman to be successful, and I guess you could say survive genetically, because women have always been smaller than men, they need to be incredibly socially aware so they don't end up in a situation that ends up causing them trouble, right? So they need to use their social skills to survive in a world essentially dominated by men, right? And so That's why women have really developed incredible levels of social skills. A lot stronger than men. The average guy doesn't really have the most fine-tuned social skills, but you'll find most women, they do. They do have very intensive and strong social skills. And so you want to brush up on your social skills so that you're coming off very empathetic, understanding, but also very socially intelligent, because that behavior in a man is incredibly attractive to a woman. Because here's the problem. There's a very fine line between flirting and sexual harassment. So you always want to make sure a woman is comfortable, and you always want to make sure that, you know, she's consenting every step of the way, consenting to the social interaction, she's consenting to anywhere the interaction moves forward, right? And so you want to make sure she feels comfortable, safe, and respected, so that way you don't get yourself in trouble, you don't make her uncomfortable, and you don't put anybody in any situation that ends up being negative in any sort of way, shape, or form. So the best way to do this is really just show respect from the beginning of an interaction. So you see a cute girl, you're walking up to her, the best way to do it is just show man to woman respect. Acknowledge that you're a man speaking to a woman and your underlying vibe. Now, here's the third step, and this is where you really start hitting it home. When you do a cold approach, you want to be confident. You want to be charismatic. This word is so important that I literally tattooed it on my forearm. I'm not joking. I literally have the word confidence tattooed on my arm. And the reason for that is it's a reminder to remind oneself to be confident, be charismatic, be that go-getter. Because being confident, being charismatic, that is the ultimate attractive characteristic you can have as a man to attract people in general into your life. Confidence is not only an attractive characteristic, but it also gives you that courage to actually go do that cold approach. When you see that cute girl walking down the street and you walk up to her and say, "Hi, excuse me, I had to meet you." Or you see a cute girl in a bar and you say, "Hey, I haven't met you yet. Hey, nice to meet you," right? It gives you that courage. It gives you that like push to go be social and go step out of your comfort zone and speak to a new stranger. Thinking negative will not help you. Thinking negative will only hurt you. So you want to be confident and positive and just go for what you're looking for. You really want to show others in your underlying body language, demeanor, vibe that you're confident and you're not doubting yourself. It's really interesting when you're in a social interaction. Let's say you're in a bar or a club and you're kind of nervous to go talk to a cute girl. Well, if you hesitate and kind of flinch, well, people can kind of sense that off of you, and right away they feel unsure about talking to you because you're unsure about talking to them. People feel what you feel. This is called the law of state transference. So the vibe and energy you're putting off, others feel that around you, right? So if you kind of feel nervous and anxious and a little bit awkward when approaching a stranger, well, they're gonna feel that same energy off of you. But if you go in 100% confident, 100% grounded in your reality, 100% knowing that you're the boss, you're the man, you're the shit, people are gonna feel that energy off of you, and they're gonna feel very relaxed and comfortable in your presence and energy. You gotta really not worry about what people think about you. Last night, I was at a party. Everyone there was these successful millionaires. Everyone there was kind of like an influencer. Everyone kind of like was very attractive. But it was really funny how everyone was also putting on this front of like, I'm very cool. But since everyone's putting on this mask, everyone's kind of worried about what everyone else thinks about them. So no one's really being themselves. And I was talking with my friends. It's kind of like, almost because everybody doesn't know each other at this party. Nobody knows who each other are. Everyone is like nervous about what everyone else is thinking about them. So you can just walk in being the boss, being the shit, being that confident go-getter, and nothing fucking matters. Nothing matters because as long as you are grounded in your own reality, being confident, being social, that's all that matters. So when you kind of have these kind of mindsets, you almost become like Neo in the Matrix. Dodging bullets and all this crazy, amazing stuff. And it creates these self-fulfilling prophecies because you're going to every interaction, every social interaction, so confident, so positive, expecting it to go amazing. They just do. People feel the energy off you and it just goes the way you expect it to. Now, here's the thing. People are gonna hate whether you do good or bad. It's just how the world works. So just don't care about what people think about you. Let go of the fear of judgment of what others think about you. Just say fuck it and just do you 100%. Unapologetically, in the most respectful way possible. But when it comes down to being social, being charismatic, being a little bit crazy and out there, just fucking do it, right? You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain, and anyone who talks shit is probably just jealous. So who gives a fuck about those people think about you anyway? And the craziest part is you wouldn't want people like that in your life anyway. So anyone who's kind of negative or gives you any negativity, you cut them out anyway. You don't want those people in your life anyway, so you shouldn't care about what people think about you. Now, obviously, when you're starting out, especially learning social skills in general, you should be somewhat aware about what feedback you're getting, because it does a little bit kind of give you an indicator of where you're at, how you're doing. But overall, you want to just focus on your growth and being social and growing your social skills, because learning how to be social, learning how to cold approach, learning how to be charismatic, learning how to go talk to girls is a skill set that you can improve on. Similar to martial arts, similar to, hitting the gym, similar to learning a skill, right? It is a skill set that you can learn and improve over time. So yeah, we've all been there, right? You see a cute girl you want to talk to and you want to do it, but you don't. Well, realize that you have nothing to lose. You have so much to gain. And yes, you're taking a chance, but it's not a big one, because worst case scenario, she says, I have a boyfriend, or I'm not interested, and you walk away. But best case scenario, it goes amazing and you have amazing memories to be made. A lot of my ex-girlfriends have been women I've met from cold approach, right? A lot of the friends, the male friends in my life, I met from cold approach. One of my best friends, he's a roommate of mine and a very close friend of mine. I've known for almost 8 years. I met him from cold approach. I went up to him, introduced myself, and we've been friends for many, many years. And I've met many of my male friends like that. I've met many of my female friends like that. I've also met many of my intimate dating partners in the same way. So just realize, if you can overcome the fear of cold approaching a beautiful girl that you might be attracted to, you can pretty much overcome the fear of doing almost anything. You can overcome the fear of starting that business you want to start. You can overcome the fear of pretty much everything. And think about how good you're gonna feel when you overcome that fear and you become successful, right? So you wanna overcome that fear over time. One thing you need to focus on is being comfortable in your own skin, realizing you're enough as a man. You have individual value that you can give to the world. There's probably so many things about you, skills, things you know, knowledge you have, experiences you've had, that offers a ton of value to the world. And that girl that you wanna cold approach, you probably have a lot to share with her. So just be comfortable in your own skin, recognize your own value, and focus on just loving yourself and sharing that with others. One thing that's super important is you need to realize, if you're putting yourself out there, rejection will happen. It's kind of like applying to a bunch of different jobs. You're not gonna get the job on the first job interview, right? You're gonna apply for many, many different jobs. Well, similarly to doing cold approach, approaching random people to bring into your life, girls to date, maybe even friends to make, you're gonna approach people. Sometimes it's not gonna work out. Hey, it's all good, right? There's this saying that the master has failed more times than the student has even tried. I know I've been rejected countless fucking times. And if you want to live an amazing life, if you can just overcome the realization that rejection is a very normal part of success and growth, you're gonna be successful long term. There's tons of reasons a woman would reject you when talking to her, right? Maybe she's busy, maybe she's in a rush. Maybe she's having a bad day. Maybe she has a partner and doesn't want to talk to a random man who's talking to her on the street. Maybe she's just not comfortable, right? Well, it doesn't matter. It's not necessarily a reflection of you. It's a reflection of the situation. And that's okay. Leave the situation and go experience new ones. Similarly, you wouldn't want to date every single girl you come across. You're not swiping on every single girl on Tinder, right? So a lot of times it's not going to work out, and that's fine. But realize that you do not have the right to force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. So you need to make sure there's always consent and respect in the social interaction itself. If someone is visibly uncomfortable when talking to them, you should leave that interaction, or even apologize and say, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you, and kind of respectfully maneuver out of there. So all of these steps kind of get you in the right mindset before actually doing the cold approach, okay? This is the right mindsets, this is the right kind of system you need to have mentally before you even start cold approaching or doing cold approach pickup. So we're gonna talk about cold approaching itself now. So before you even leave the house, cold approach starts. You want to get yourself in the right mindset. You want to shower, be well groomed, haircuts, fashion, right? Deodorant, smell good, spray some cologne on your neck. My go-to thing is spray some cologne, neck, wrist, rub it together. And then my favorite thing is to spray cologne on my ear, have it drip down my neck, just in case things get a little bit spicy later. I love hearing that. Oh my God, you smell so good. Groom your beard, make sure you look good, comb your hair, just make yourself look presentable. The reason looking good and looking your best is so important is because that's really the first impression. When a woman sees you, she can see, oh, how does this guy look? This random man who's approaching me. And so if you're well dressed, well put together, well, the chances of her stopping, kind of hearing you out, is massively, dramatically increased. All right, so before I even leave the house, I like to do it in my room, make sure the lighting is good, make sure the place smells good, it's clean, because you never know when a cold approach goes really well. Hey, you might come back and you might not be alone, all right? So I always like to make sure I do up the bed. I always like to make sure the place is clean, there's good lighting, there's music ready to go. Sometimes I'll even like leave music on, like a Bluetooth speaker, kind of leave it on so it's like lighting and music, just everything just looks great, smells good. There's like an incense there, just smells good, ready to go. And then you really want to start putting yourself out there. You can't meet girls if you don't leave the house, right? How the fuck are you gonna meet a girl? How the fuck are you gonna meet a hot girl to get intimate with if you do not leave your apartment, right? So you want to go out, go to the gym, go to the mall, go to the park, go walk your fucking dog, right? Go to clubs, bars, social venues, places to meet people. You can literally go to concerts, you can go to meetup events. There's so many like places that have like meetup events. Go be social, right? You can do kind of like warm approaches where you're kind of meeting people from like meetup groups or like some sort of like common event everyone's partaking in. Or you could just do typical cold approach pickup where you're literally on the streets meeting fucking girls, approaching random strangers in a consensual and respectful way. And then you're out there, you're on the street and you just go. You just go, you just fucking do it. You see a cute girl you want to talk to, read her body language, and you go talk to her, okay? That's the art form of cold approach pickup. Now, it's easier said than done, but it's also easier done than said. You can just fucking do it. It's a choice you make to just let go fucking do it, go make it happen. When you see the girl you want to talk to, just do it. When you see the person you want to talk to, just do it without hesitating, without wasting time, and just realize that as long as you truly believe in yourself and do it with a full charisma, it should go well. It should go a lot better than expected. And make sure to stay friendly, make sure to stay social, make sure you're smiling, okay? That's super important. When you approach a woman, you want to smile so you don't look like a crackhead. You wanna make sure you're smiling, making good eye contact, confident body language, relaxed body language, and also you're just making yourself feel comfortable so she feels comfortable. She's gonna feel what you feel, and you just go. Now, if you're struggling to do the cold approach, there's something you can do called the 3-second rule. It's kind of like a general rule of thumb where you see the woman you want to talk to and you just do it within 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, you go fucking do it. Now, what do you say? How do you actually hook the conversation? Well, the best way for you to hook the conversation is kind of come up with a situational opener. Find a way to kind of strike up a conversation based on the environment, based on what's happening in the general vicinity. So it really depends. Maybe you're in a line at Starbucks and you're like, oh, I don't know what to order. What are you getting, right? And you kind of strike up the conversation there. Or you can ask the person, something a little bit more canned, right? Oftentimes, people use cold approach pickups in a way that they're like asking for directions and like, oh, like, by the way, you're from this area, right? So there's many different ways to do it. There's like literally a million different ways to do it. So it depends on the environment as well. If you're in a bar, if you're in a social environment, you could literally say, hey, I haven't met you yet. What's up? It's nice to meet you, right? Especially if you're at like a social circle environment, like a house party type vibe, it's very easy to just say, oh, we haven't met yet. What's up? What's your name, right? Versus if you're at a bar or a club, you can literally just say, oh, hey, nice to meet you. We haven't met yet. You can literally walk in saying, hey, nice to meet you, okay? There's nothing wrong, just nice to meet you, right? Versus if you're doing day game, a typical date time cold approach, things need to be a little bit more strategic because it's very out of the ordinary that you're doing a cold approach during the middle of the day. It's super random, it's very out of the ordinary. So ideally, you want to steer clear of questions that are about her appearance, right? If you walk up to a woman and you're like, hey, toots, nice tits, you come off creepy, uncalibrated, and incredibly just negative, I guess you could say. But also it's like, as I mentioned before, the difference between effective communication and like flirting and a good interaction and sexual harassment is a very fucking fine line. So you wanna tread carefully and be very fucking strategic and careful with the way you present yourself and the way you say things. Because you want her to feel comfortable, safe, and respected and not make things negative or end up in trouble or make anybody uncomfortable. So let's say, for example, I don't know, you're in a music venue and there's a cool band playing and you're like, hey, how did you discover this band, right? Finding common ground is ideally the best way to kind of hook the interaction and make it as organic as possible. right? And I would say the best way to actually meet girls is when you're doing day game in a way that's kind of like, you're not out to pick up girls, but you're actually doing something fun. Maybe you're shopping with some friends, you see a cute girl you want to talk to. My favorite way to meet girls is hiking and climbing mountains, or like traveling, and you kind of just meet people as you're on this like crazy adventure and you bring them along. And hey, sometimes it goes well, sometimes you become friends, sometimes you end up hooking up, right? It's the best way to meet people. Be social anywhere you go, right? So it's you doing something cool and then you kind of interact with your environment. And ideally, steer clear of questions that can be answered with yes or no. You ideally just want to be conversational, be fun, be expressive, and lead it in a kind of open conversation. Now, it's super important during the entire interaction, have good body language, have great facial expressions, be smiling, right? Eye contact. Also, you want to make sure you're talking effectively. You can't be talking like this. You can't be like, oh, hi. You got to be talking charismatic, confidently, articulate, intelligently, and very expressive as much as possible, right? Kind of like my voice right now, you want to kind of almost copy it, right? Copy this type of vocal tonality, vocal projection, because it's going to allow you to communicate in the most effective way possible, but also demonstrate that you are a man of value and not some shy little weirdo. So never cross your arms, never kind of close up your body language. And one thing that's really important, be a good listener. Get really good at listening, understand where they're coming from, understand who they are. The guys I find who have the best game or the best at cold approach, the best social skills, are the guys who are the absolute best listeners and who can understand who they are talking to. If you can actually listen to her and what she's saying, you can actually demonstrate that you care, but further than that, you can actually understand what's happening and who she is. Now, here's the next step. You really want to gauge her interest. You want to figure out, does she like you? Is she into you? Kind of figure all that out. Her body language is a very good indicator of her interest. It kind of shows you, like, does she like you? Does she want to talk to you? Does she want to continue this conversation? How interested is she? Her face expressions, her body language will really tell you, is she into you? For example, if she's kind of like dismissive, if she doesn't really want to keep the conversation or the interaction going, right? She might be nervous or she just might not be interested, right? So you kind of got to like feel her out, feel what type of person this is, kind of even, you can even ask her like, hey, like, do you find me attractive? Like, are you into this, right? But be very honest, real, and raw, and let her know that, hey, I don't mean to make you uncomfortable. Use what we call statements of empathy. When you use statements of empathy, you're essentially demonstrating, I'm a socially intelligent man who's understanding that this is a weird thing to do and I'm cold approaching you, but I want to make sure you're not feeling uncomfortable. And let her know she's free to leave the interaction at any time. So you want to carry on the conversation, figure out who she is, what she likes, what her hobbies and interests are, what, gets her ticking, what excites her. Talk about these things that you find common interest in. And then you can keep the interaction going and see if you guys like each other. Because at that point, once that conversation is going, it really becomes almost like speed dating, where you're figuring out, like, do you like her? Does she like you? Getting her to talk about herself kind of lets you know, is she someone that you want around in your life? Now, here's a really good rule of thumb. Avoid using profanity before she does, because you don't want to make her feel that you're too intense or too uncomfortable. So you really want to kind of like feel her out, carry that conversation on, find things in common. Find common things to kind of chat and vibe about. And, see if you like her and feel her out. So if things are going well, if things are like, moving in the direction you want, well, it's great. Now you've cold approached a girl, you're this well put together guy, you're dressed well, you're looking good, you're smelling good, you're charismatic, you're confident, you're a go-getter, and she likes you. Woohoo! Good job. So now you can figure out, hey, are you available? Can we meet? Like, do you want to hang out now? Like, you're into me, I'm into you. Do you want to go get a drink right now? You can go for a fucking drink. I remember I was in Sydney, Australia, and I was working with a student, a client of mine, and I was coaching him with cold approach. And he did his first approach ever in his whole life, okay? Now, this man was from America. He's a pretty good-looking dude, well-dressed, seemed like a cool guy. And he does his first cold approach. We were right by the Sydney Opera House, and he ended up taking her on an instant date. They're having this great conversation. I shoot him a text saying, hey, ask her out for drinks. Next thing you know, they're hanging out at a bar, having drinks. And guess what? He took the woman home for a fun, magical experience, right? On his first cold approach. It was very consensual and very win-win, and they were both happy, right? And I thought that was incredible that he did that on his first approach. Now, I've seen this with literally fucking thousands of my clients over the years, of them just getting incredible fucking results from cold approach, but many of my clients end up getting results almost right away because they're already these cool guys, already well put together guys. They're already, successful in their career, make good money, well dressed, just cool guys in general. They just haven't really practiced cold approach. And as soon as they start trying and practicing and getting mentored with this stuff, they start getting results. So it's always a great idea when it starts going well to, hey, say, are you available right now? Or look, are you doing anything right now? Like, what are you doing right now? Like, what were you up to? And then oftentimes you're gonna find the woman you're talking to wasn't doing anything. She was shopping, she was bored, she's just out for a walk doing nothing because it's her day off. Well, hey, let's go to the bar around the corner, grab some drinks, and get to know each other better, right? Hey, come to my rooftop patio. I've got a fucking condo down this way, and I've got a rooftop, and we can grab drinks up there, right? And just get to know each other, right? Take her out on an instant date. It's the best way to kind of get to know a girl, and if you're both available at that moment in time, awesome. Now, let's say you're both into each other and you're not available. Maybe you're in a rush. Maybe she's in a rush. Maybe you've got something to do later today. Maybe she's got an important meeting or something like that. Well, you can exchange numbers, you can change Instagrams, maybe you can exchange, Facebooks or whatever, right? And meet up another day when you're both available, right? So you can get each other's contacts and just hang out another day. Now, if she's kind of making an excuse to say, I don't know, well, she's probably not interested. If she's saying, hey, I don't know if we can meet you right now, we can't do an instant date right now, and I can't give you my number, she's probably not interested. You should say, hey, it's all good, have a great day, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, peace out, right? You want to constantly find those reasons that she's not interested, so that way you're not making her uncomfortable. Because why would you want to talk to someone who's not interested in you anyway? You know what I'm saying? Put yourself out there, be charismatic, but if she's not interested, get out of there. It's fine. There's plenty of fish in the sea. So, okay, you can take her on an instant date, and that can go amazing. And, at that point, it's all up to you. It's all on you guys. I'm going to leave it at that, right? But let's say you get her number. Well, what do you do now? Well, you can call her. It's a little bit old-fashioned, but it works. Or you can text her. But my ideal situation is get her Instagram. So when you get her Instagram, she sees your name, your pictures, what you look like. She remembers you because your name, your pictures, etc. And the best part is you can actually send her voice messages. You can send her video messages. She can see your stories. So you can actually build up your Instagram profile to be incredibly effective and powerful. Incredibly, adding their value. So even if she wasn't 100% into you in the interaction, maybe her Instagram is really what sells you to her, right? Your Instagram profile says, oh, well, you got a lot of followers, you got a lot of great pictures, you're really good looking in your pictures. Maybe you grabbed my online seduction course at online-seduction.com and you learn how to create the most effective online dating profiles and social media profiles. And you use all the advice in that course to create the most powerful and intensive Instagram, right? Well, oftentimes you're gonna find women look at you and they're like, holy shit, who the fuck is this guy? This guy's so fucking cool. And things are gonna go way better than you imagine just because she's following your Instagram, right? So that's always a really great thing to do is get a girl's Instagram, maybe get her Instagram and her phone number. It always works well. You always wanna wrap up the conversation well. One thing a lot of guys make a mistake on is they grab a girl's phone number and they're like, hi, I got her number, and they run away. You want to kind of get her social media and even make plans to meet up while you're still talking to her. So you just cold approached her, things are going well, you're talking for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, right? And then she's got to go. Well, hey, grab her contact, continue the conversation for another 5, 10 minutes, right? And kind of try to set plans, make plans. Say, hey, I'm having a party this weekend, you should come. Or hey, I'm doing this thing this weekend, you should come along for the ride. Come along. I'm doing this thing anyway, you should come with. It'll be a lot of fun, right? Because that's gonna make her feel like you're a cool guy who's already doing cool stuff. But the best part is you're inviting her along with you. You're not just grabbing her number and running away. You're inviting her along to do something cool. You're letting her know that you're a real person. The longer you spend in their interaction, the more you solidify yourself in her reality, the more you become a real person in her reality. So the longer you spend in interaction, the more real you become, and the more likely you are to see each other again. When it's time to go, let her know that you had a great time chatting with her. You can even send her a message later saying, hey, it's really cool to meet you. I hope to see you soon. And set plans for later. That's pretty much a basic rundown, guys, of how to do cold approach. Now, it's obviously a lot more than that. I teach this over 4-day bootcamp programs or 2-week immersion programs. Very fucking intensive. I run these programs all over the world, in Australia, in all the main cities, in Los Angeles, Miami, Toronto, Vegas, etc. So, guys, if you have any questions, or if you want to do a live coaching program with me, you can actually follow me on any of my social media. platforms. I usually announce these programs on Snapchat or Instagram on my stories. So if you go follow me there, you can watch my daily stories, my crazy adventures, and you can actually see next time I'm running a boot camp in your city or a city that you'd want to attend in. So you can go ahead and follow me on Snapchat at SexyJustin. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at DrunkJustin2. Shoot me a message if you guys have any questions. Join my Telegram inner circle. And yeah, it's pretty much it, guys. It's pretty intensive to learn cold approach. It's an incredible fucking skill set to learn. Personally, it's changed my life. It took me from like a little shy, shy Indian boy, virgin incel cuck, to being this charismatic man who's traveled around the world, made lots of money, been with a lot of amazing dating partners. And by that, I mean really hot girls who I've had a lot of fun experiences and memories with, and just lived a life beyond my fucking dreams, right? Like learning cold approach pickup, learning how to cold approach people has introduced me to all my male friends and my female friends, has really brought me around the world and back. My network's just all millionaires, influencers, the top people you'd ever fucking meet. Every time I go to a fucking party, everyone there's like an influencer or some sort of like cool fucking dude. All the girls are always like really attractive. And it's brought me to these very high levels of success because now you can meet lots of people and bring the best ones into your reality, into your kind of network, your social circle. So it's a great way to meet people, be social, be charismatic, and really build an amazing fucking life. The skills you learn from cold approach really teach you so much about life and about success. So there's no doubt you're gonna kill it and absolutely crush it once you start learning this stuff. If you ever do wanna do a live coaching program with me, you can always message me on any of my social media platforms. If you ever wanna get my online seduction course, you can grab a copy of that at online-seduction.com. My name is Justin Marc, international dating coach and relationship expert. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to click the bell notification so you're notified of new videos so we can teach this material to you whenever you want, and you can level up your life in all kinds of ways. And it's always a pleasure chatting with you guys. If you did like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.